Hi everyone, so today I'm going to run through my top summer products. This is mainly like for holidays. I know some of you live in hot places where you might need a lot of this stuff all the way through the summer, so if you do that's great, but for me, obviously England doesn't have particularly great weather, so I don't generally need a lot of this stuff except when I go on holiday. So it's kind of my top holiday picks, like what I take on holiday with me. So, first and foremost is sun cream. Obviously, you need sun cream when you go on holiday if you're going to be out in the sun or sunbathing or whatever. My favourite sun cream is the Pitsboon One Day Long in SPF 30. I know it's a high factor, obviously because I'm quite fair, I like to use a high factor sun cream. I'm always very, very conscious about looking after my skin, and so the lowest factor I'll ever use is 15, and that's if I'm really, really brown, but generally I'll use 30. So this comes in like a huge tube. They are very, very expensive. Pitsboon is an expensive brand, and the One Day Long sun cream is their most expensive one. I think it retails for about £17.95 in the UK. However, they do have buy one get one free, and that's always when I get mine, because there's no way I would pay like 17 quid for one. So they work out at cheaper than £10 each, which is great when you get them on buy one get one free. The reason I do splash out and get the more expensive sun cream, for a start, these actually last longer because obviously they last, I think it's 6 hours with 45 minutes in the pool or whatever. So that's generally like a whole day sunbathing for me. So I only need to put it on once in the morning. Another thing is that they smell amazing, and they actually work the best. Like, it's not, some stuff you get, like, I know P20 lasts all day and things like that. Personally, I think P20 is greasy, and quite often I miss patches and I'll burn, whereas with this I've never had any problems. So Pitsboon One Day Long is definitely my favourite sun cream ever, and it smells amazing as well. So that's my sun cream for the summer. Haven't used that one yet because I haven't been on holiday. So the next thing is Fake Tan, and I know I've only just started using this and I'm very late on the bandwagon, and it is St. Moritz, which is pretty much the rip-off product of Saint Tropez. Apart from the fact that it's £3 instead of £30, which is amazing. I've only used this a couple of times, but so far I absolutely love it. The stuff that I used before this was the Saint Tropez one, and it's so expensive that I just couldn't bring myself to buy any more this summer. So I thought I'd try this out, and I'm loving that so far. I like to put a little bit of Fake Tan on before I go on holiday, just so that I don't look quite so pasty when you first get there and get on the beach and you look like a scary ghost. Yeah, so a bit of Fake Tan I always love. As for makeup, things that I like to take with me on holiday, when I'm tan, I don't really like to wear a lot of makeup. I definitely don't like to wear eyeshadow. I just think it looks odd, and I don't like to wear foundation either. So I'm just going to tell you the few things that I do wear. I sometimes think it just makes you look a little bit, it sometimes just looks a little bit overdone if you wear a lot of makeup when you're tanned. So what I like to do is take Laura Mercier's Tinted Moisturiser. This is a mini one, which is good for holidays. And this has SPF 20 in it as well, so it's good for the daytime too. I usually put SPF 50 underneath and then SPF 20 on top, or nothing on top depending where I'm going. But this is also good for the summertime in general. And it's actually quite a full coverage for a tinted moisturiser. A lot of tinted moisturisers are not really anything like a foundation, whereas this is kind of half and half. So Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturiser I also love to take on holiday with me. Another thing that's also essential is waterproof mascara. I never like to spend a lot of money on waterproof mascara because I only use it for a couple of weeks a year because I don't wear it when I'm at home. So I buy cheap ones. This one is from Sleek Makeup, and I think it's about £4 or £5. It has like a comb, a very bendy comb if you look at it, like a comb applicator, and it's actually pretty good. Like, it's the equivalent of most drugstore mascaras. Like, it's nothing amazing, but it's good. Makes your lashes look long, thick, and it's waterproof. So that's what I'm going to be using this year. Yeah. Other things, I like to use gel eyeliner just because it is more waterproof than kohl eyeliner. I know if you have pencil liner, it smudges really easily if you're going to be sweating or in the pool or whatever, whatever you like to do when you're on holiday. I like to use gel eyeliner. This one is from Sleek Makeup as well, and this is their Ink Pot in Dominatrix, which is just black. MAC do their fluid line. and there's a few of these kind of products on the market, but if you're looking for a cheap one, I recommend Sleek, because that is really good, and it's £3.99 I think in the UK, and it comes with a tiny little brush as well, which is good for travelling. So there's that. I also like to use bronzer, and my all-time favourite bronzer that I think is just pretty much the ideal bronzer ever is Hoola. This one is pretty old and nearly out, but this is kind of my bronzer of choice for the last probably 5 or 6 years I've used this. Especially when you're tanned. It is quite dark, so when you're pale sometimes it doesn't go so well, but when you are tanned, Hoola is the perfect bronzer, for me anyway. So that is from Benefit. And I also like to use highlighters. I find if you use too shimmery eyeshadows they look a bit funny, but I think highlighters and bronzers, generally kind of like stuff that makes your face glow, looks nice when you've got a tan. So the Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC, this one is in By Candlelight, which was limited edition. It's kind of like a goldy pink. You can see that on my hand. It's very pretty. The permanent line version of this that they do is Soft and Gentle, and I compared these the other day actually because my friend has Soft and Gentle, and they are very, very similar. Just like I said, this one is slightly more pink and Soft and Gentle is more gold. But either way, they're very nice and they look nice with a tan, so I like that. Final bit of makeup that I like to take with me on holiday is MAC's Tinted Lip Conditioner. This one is in Petting Pink, and they have SPF 15 in them, so they stop your lips getting burnt, and they are tinted, so you can get away without using a lipstick or whatever if your lips dry out. They're really good because they still look pretty. They look nicer than just an average lip balm, but you still get the benefits of using a lip balm from them. And also they don't melt too easily. It's one thing I find, if you take a product to the beach or something and it melts, it can be a bit messy, but I've taken this a few times actually and it hasn't. They do go very soft, but it hasn't totally melted. Whereas I think Carmex in a pot, if you leave that in the car, I left that in my car recently and it melted and dried upside down and like totally melted and was a bit weird after that. So these are quite good because they don't really melt so much. Moving on to other stuff, bright nail varnish is another thing that I love to take on holiday. The one that I'm loving at the moment is Mermaid to Order by Sephora by OPI. This obviously is only available in America, thanks to Miss Glamrats who sent me this as well. I know I always talk about her in my videos, but thank you Ingrid for that. I love this one. There is an equivalent to this made by Rimmel, I believe, this kind of like metallic blue-green in the UK, so if you're looking for a colour similar to this, it is gorgeous. Then you can find that in Superdrug and Boots, wherever they sell Rimmel, and if you're in America, this is from Sephora. So that I love, and any other kind of blues and greens, like really bright pinks, I love for the summer as well, especially on my toes. Another thing that I should mention is getting a good moisturiser. Personally, I don't really use After Sun so much. I really like using body butters because I find they're really rich. And my current favourite at the moment, and I know this doesn't look much at the moment, is this one, which is actually from Amy or Dazzle Dust 25's soap shop, which I think is called Pink Witch Potions and Lotions. And she sent me some of her stuff a while back, which I did a video about, but I haven't done a full review on just because I haven't really had time to kind of use everything and haven't had time to film a video, all that kind of stuff. But I've used about half of this and I stopped. I was using it like every day and it probably lasted me like a week and a half of it. And I stopped. I thought I'm going to save it till summer because it's so moisturising and nice. And it makes your skin look really nice and glowy. I kind of wanted to save it for when I was actually showing a bit of skin rather than in jeans and a hoodie, and it's kind of pointless. So I'm saving this for my summer holidays to use the rest of it. But it is so lovely. She uses all natural products and everything smells delicious. This is kind of good, you just break a little bit off and rub it on, and it's very moisturising and lovely. So I will put a link to Amy's soap shop in the information bar below. She sells some really lovely soaps and body butters and all kind of good stuff like that, kind of like Lush, similar to Lush kind of stuff, but actually handmade and not mass produced. So that's really lovely. I also like the Body Shop's body butters, especially the tangerine one I love, and the mango one. But they're kind of expensive, so I might get one this summer, I'm not sure, but I do like them. Okay, the next thing that I love for summer is having like a summer scent, and this year, I mentioned this in my May favourites recently, but this year it is Jo Malone's Dark Amber and Ginger Lily cologne, which kind of smells like sun cream. It's just really fresh but still kind of sensual, and it's not too sweet, which I often go for very, very sweet perfumes, so this is kind of like a little bit of a departure for me from that, but I absolutely love this, and this is definitely my summer scent for this year. So Jo Malone's Ginger Lily and Dark Amber and Ginger Lily cologne, definitely one of my favourites. So the final thing that I like to take on holiday with me is not makeup related, it is jewellery. But it's bangles, and especially like bright coloured bangles. These ones are from Primark. They're like fluorescent pink and gold. But I absolutely love bangles for the summer, just because they're really easy to wear, and also you can often buy them very cheaply, so you don't have to kind of worry about getting them ruined if they go in the sea or whatever. And yeah, I think these were probably £2 for the set. So I like wearing things like that. It kind of feels summery with like bangles on your arm or whatever. I don't know. I just like them in the summer. So those are another favourite of mine, and I think that's it for my summer favourites. Oh, actually, another thing that I forgot to mention as well, added on to the end of that, is a good book. I absolutely love to read, and I don't get to read when I'm at uni because I kind of feel guilty that I'm not reading an academic book. So I kind of went absolutely crazy and bought a ton of books ready for my holiday. And I kind of like have two on the go at the same time all the time. But the two that I'm reading at the moment are By the River Piedra I Sat Down and Wept by Paulo Coelho. I've read like a load of his books, and I've actually read this one before, and I absolutely love it. It's like one of my favourite books of all time, and it's really tiny as well. It's like a 1 or 2 day read, so I kind of can't wait to read that again. I found an amazing bookshop that actually got 10 of his books for £10. It's called thebookpeople.co.uk, I think .co.uk. I'll put the link in the information bar below. But that is a really, really good deal, so I'm excited to read those. And I'm also reading Dead Until Dark by Charlaine Harris, which is, if anyone doesn't know, is the True Blood book series. I don't actually watch the True Blood series on TV. I've watched a few, and I kind of like wasn't really hooked, but I've heard good things about the books, so I picked those up as well. I think they were £8 for 8 books. So I have 8 of her books. I'm like about halfway through this one, so and I'm really, really liking it already. So if you want to find some really affordable books, I actually bought 28 books for about £26, so that was really good. So I'm kind of getting through these really fast now that it's summertime and I can read again because I finished uni. So yeah, so a good book is an essential for holiday as well. I am going on holiday at the end of the month, so let me know. I was kind of thinking about doing a like packing video and showing you like what I take on holiday, kind of like beach essentials. I know this is kind of that, but this is kind of limited to beauty products and stuff like that, so I didn't know whether you wanted me to show you like my summer clothes and other kind of beauty stuff that I take with me, any like travel products, things like that. So let me know if you want me to do that, and I will speak to you soon, guys. Bye!